I guess I need to begin with an apology because during a recent video about the trailer for Yellowstone Season 5, I might not have only been wrong, I could have been offensive. I'm talking about this video, titled Yellowstone Trailer Breakdown, 5 Things Fans Noticed and What They Mean, and you'll find links to it in the corner. The 5 things were: John Dutton is the new governor, there's a new Beth Dutton in town by way of a character named Sarah Atwood, apparently Yellowstone is hosting parties now, there's a fight in the bunkhouse that Teeter is just about naked for, and Casey Dutton's tortured life will pick up where it left off, and it's there we'll park to talk. I'm Billy Dukes, and like y'all, I'm sort of balancing an urge to know what's coming up on Yellowstone with patience. Sort of like a kid waiting for Santa on December 23rd, but I'm living. Thumbs up if you're pumped for November 13th, and subscribe if you enjoy dissecting Yellowstone like this. We do these videos pretty regularly, and we'll have weekly recaps once again when the show resumes. Alright, here is my bold take on Season 5. I think Monica and Casey lose the baby. If you remember, just before Casey went on a vision quest, Monica shared that she was pregnant. The common thinking is that Season 5 picks up 6 months to a year later, which would mean Monica would have a pretty big baby bump to start, but as you can see here, she doesn't. Now, a trailer could include scenes from a bunch of episodes, so it's really hard to pin that frame to a timeline. I get that. In fact, I actually think that she might lose the baby mid-season. Stick with me here as I offer some evidence beyond Casey looking top to bottom devastated and Monica having an emotional moment in the kitchen. Here's what we know with some certainty from interviews with both Kelsey Asbill, who plays Monica, and Luke Grimes, who plays Casey. Kelsey hasn't been all that helpful, other than to say she does have a scene with Lainey Wilson, and they get into some trouble.
We do. We have a really cool scene together. It's actually all the women of Yellowstone together in one scene. So it was really fun. We get into some trouble.
Luke offered more, talking to Entertainment Weekly. Quote, "When you meet him in Season 5, he's off the ranch. He's almost happy. But as the story progresses, you realize he can't stay away for too long. Something calls him to take care of that legacy. Happy. But something happens," he says. The error I made in the previous video involved this version of Monica. As you can see, she cut her long hair, which I suggested was because she got herself a cute new mom do. You know, as mothers do. Listen, I'm a father to 3 young boys, really sensitive to the strains of caring for a newborn. Maintaining long hair was a pain for my wife, so at some point she chopped it too. What I overlooked is the importance and meaning of hair in native cultures. And a viewer named Glenda actually pointed this out to me in the comment section of that last video, so I did some more research and then kind of facepalmed. The question mark is which tribe Monica is representing, because not all tribes value hair in the same way, but there's a lot of reading about what it means for someone who's from a native culture to cut his or her hair. A great blog called Sister Sky recalls a first-person story about how it often comes after a significant loss. A piece in Vox reads, quote, "No 2 tribes are alike, but a common thread between each is the importance of hair. Cutting, burying, and burning it all carry a strong significance and meaning. It's often tradition in some tribes to cut your hair and bury it with the deceased when someone close to you dies." Similar accounts and stories can be found on dozens of other blogs and articles. Now, we put it all together. The kitchen scene, Casey's grief, the lack of a pregnancy belly, and Monica's new short hair. There are certainly some other explanation, and there's enough death on Yellowstone that something else could have happened. For example, her grandfather Felix Long could have died. I'm not going to bet on this bold take because I'm not that confident in it, and really it's kind of morbid, but it fits the show's willingness to shock us. Like you, I'll find out in a couple of weeks, and then we can all talk about it here or during a new episode of Dutton Rules, our Yellowstone in 1923 podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and more. I'm Billy Dukes for Taste of Country. Thanks for watching, and thanks for subscribing.